To HTML and CSS tutorial for beginners. In this series we will be talking about tags and attributes, and I believe that this is the second series of this HTML and CSS series. So we'll be talking about HTML and CSS. Now, like I said, we will be talking about the attributes. Attributes provide additional information to the tag or to the element. We have different types of attributes and different functions on how they operate. Attribute usually comes in names or values. It can also provide a specific stack tag to the word. So let's try to put some example using the p tag that we learned on our previous lesson, which is known as the paragraph tags. So let's type something. This is my first paragraph. Now we say the attributes, they provide additional information to the page. So let's try to give this p tag an attribute. Let's try to give it an attribute of title. So let's say this is title attribute. So title attribute provide a tooltip. This can be seen when you hover the p tag or when you hover the element in quest. So let's save and refresh in our browser to see the effect. You see that the paragraph that we enable has shown forth, but our p tag, our title tag, didn't show. Like I said, a title tag enables a tooltip which displays an additional information about the element. So when we hover on it, you see that it displays the title tag. So this is my title attribute. This is my title attribute. Let's try to look at another attribute. Another attribute that we'll be looking at is the href attribute. The href attribute are links that are defined in anchor tag or other links. It provides source of others information. So let's try to use anchor tag to get our href, which is this. Now you can use this one to link either within your page, within the same website, or from a different website. We can decide to link our Facebook pages through this href. Now, or we can decide to link from one page to another using href. So how do we do that? We type the name of the link or the source of the place that we wish or we want it to appear to. So let's use Facebook as an instance. https www.facebook.com. So I come between here and I put the name Facebook. Let me save. You see that it came out with a blue color and underline, showing you that this is a link. Now when we go over into that pattern that we initially created, you see that it just brought out a line text with a console. For this one, you see that it brought out a finger showing that this thing can be clickable. That means it might look like. So you see, it's taking us to
Facebook, or we are not connected. Since we are not connected, we can't be able to have access to it. So let's try another attribute
Another attribute that we'll be looking at is the image tag. The source here is the attribute of this image tag. When you observe this image tag very well, you see that it has only the opening, it doesn't have closing, which makes it a special tag. So this source is where the image is gotten from. So as you can see in this place, I created another folder known as img inside that HTML and CSS that we will be working on, and inside the folder I have about 3 images. The first one says stream underscore soup.jpg, the other one says soup.jpg, the third one says winter underscore soup.jpg. So I will be linking these images. Let me try to link the soup.image. You see, I put img meaning the folder name, and I put / indicating the name of the image. So I will now put soup.jpg. Let me save it, go back to my listing, go back to my page. You see that the image has been shown forth in this place. So but when you observe this image, it's so much big, it's so big that we can't see the end or the beginning of it until we scroll to that particular place. So we'll be using another attribute as well to set this image so that we'll be able to have full access to it. We have another attribute known as width. The width is the width of the image. That means ranging from this side to this. So let's try to give it a width of, let's say, 60 pixels. This pixels is a unit of measurement in programming. We'll have series of measurement as time goes on. When we enter CSS, we will be able to discuss the other types of measurement. It's a unit of measurement. Can also try to use percentage, but for the purpose of this program or for the purpose of this attribute, we will be using PS. And another attribute also that we'll be dealing with is the height. The height is the vertical aspect of the image, which enables you to resize the vertical. The width is the horizontal size, while the height is the vertical. So let's try to give it a height of 100 pixels, or we can decide to use the same 60 if you like. So let's refresh our browser. You see that it's now small. Let's increase it a little. Let me use 200 by 200. So we refresh. You see that the image has come up. So that is what attributes can be used for. So in these phases, we'll be looking at the style attribute. The style attribute is used to specify the styling of an element like color, font, size, etc. Now let's try to put a p tag in this place as well. Let's use p tag to demonstrate this here. The style attribute. So in this place, you see that I have to go inside the opening of the p. That is where you put all your attributes. So let's use the style attribute. Now inside the style attribute, have the color. Want to change the color? Let's work with the color. Let's say red and save. So let's refresh. You see, you can as well change the color to any color that you feel like. Let's say yellow. So that is style attribute, or we can say indigo. So that is the style attribute. Now we have another attribute known as the learn attribute. The learn attribute is declaring the language, which is very important for the accessibility of the application. The learn attribute tells the code on the language that it will be using. So in this place we are going to put our learn, which means language, in this HTML. So we say learn. So because I will be using EN, which stands for English. Now in that place also you can decide to put US, meaning English in United States, or you can as well leave it as what, EN, doesn't matter, but by default it appears as English anyway. So that is just an attribute. I'm just showing you for you to be aware of it. So, and these, like I said before, all these attributes are used in styling or structuring our work. Another attribute that we'll be seeing into is the auth attribute. The auth attribute gives additional information about the tags. So let's try to use auth attribute in this place. So let's say display image. So display image, you see, when we click on it now, you won't notice the effect. You'll not be able to notice the effect. Why? Because the image that we are working on is still displaying. But let's try to remove one alphabet from the image and display the picture again. You see that the image is no longer displaying, rather is now displaying the display image, the alternate that we put. So this one will show when there is an error or the image refuses to load at the appropriate time, just like your display picture in your FB, your Facebook. If you notice that once your time is elapsed, the picture will not show, or rather it will not display profile image or profile picture. That is how it is being done using your auth key. So this is all about attribute that we'll be dealing with, but as time goes on we'll be showing you other attributes that we'll be using for the program. See you in next tutorial.